Volunteers are the lifeblood of our city. Who better to talk to about volunteers than our own Councilman Bill Gardner. Bill, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's an excellent day.
It is an excellent day, and we're probably in a place that's a home away from home for you, parks.
Spent a lot of time in our city parks. They're quite the place to be.
And you've spent, I think the last tally was since 2005, you've had like over 17,000 hours of volunteer hours?
I don't keep track. Like I say, just recently, probably the last 8 years, I actually kept track of them. But up until that point, I just showed up, did what I had to do, and never kept track. So not until Kathy Halstead came over did they actually start keeping track of how much time we spent.
Right, it's tough to track because in 2005, before then, you've been volunteering for a long time since then.
I have 28 years total. 20 of them. This is my 20th year with the city, though. Like I say, I do assorted events. I probably started out when my oldest son was Little League Baseball. And being one of the parents that showed up, you could count in to help it, and that's where it all started.
So why do you think volunteering is so important to you?
Volunteering, at one point I thought it was just a way of spending time. That's what I had most to give, but you get so much more. I mean, volunteering, you see development and programs, you see anticipation, and just the volunteers that are there, they're like family.
And I think being a volunteer, I've noticed that if you're not necessarily getting paid for something, it seems like the people that are doing it are much more happy.
Well, and that's what makes volunteers great. I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't volunteer. It's not like a job. So anybody who volunteers, 99% of the time, they're going to be happy to be there and eager to do the job. So we probably get more accomplished in short windows than most people do in a payday. So.
So what made you decide to step your service up and then actually become a councilman? What was there an event that made that happen?
No, there was nothing special. I just figured it was another way to get more involved, deeper in parks. I was always interested in parks, especially because I feel that's a program that no matter what kind of economical times you're in, you can go to the park, you can go swimming, you can go for a walk. We've got some unbelievable playgrounds, so like I said, to keep the development of our parks, and I thought that was an ideal way to pursue that.
And you've spent enough time in the parks that I know it's tough for you to talk about, to brag on yourself, but you just recently got an honor from Missouri Parks and Recreation Association.
That was quite a surprise. Normally you volunteer not to get anything back, but when somebody recognizes you, it was quite a surprise.
Yeah, what kind of an evening was that?
It was down at the Lodge of the Four Seasons. Cindy Springer, who was our city O'Fallon Parks director, asked me to show up and didn't give me an idea why.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and actually when I sat down for the dinner, it was a dinner. They had what do you want to call a program, and they took my program away. So I knew something was up when they wouldn't let me have a program. So, but like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. It's quite nice to be honored by other people.
Right, and you shared the honor that evening with a couple of ladies that have made a big difference in our parks.
Oh, a couple of excellent ladies. I mean, they brought a playground to our park that is second to none, and like I say, to share it just with that organization was great.
You've been volunteering with more than just the city. You're a big volunteer with the St. Jude organization.
I do St. Jude's. I've been involved with St. Jude's Children's Hospital for 10 years now. I say this is my 28th year coaching baseball, 15 of it with American Legion program here in town. I've done backstoppers. Like I say, if somebody needs a hand, all they got to do is call. I have a hard time saying no. So.
Yeah, I think that's one of the characteristics. You're here all the time. It's tough to imagine this place without seeing you either dumping mulch into something or painting something else. And
well, that's what's ironic is when I finally did get elected as councilman, a lot of people at City Hall said, "Well, how can you be a councilman? You work here." I go, "No, don't work here. Just here a lot." And so a lot of the city employees, prior to being elected, actually thought I was employed by the city. So.
Yeah, and you've done a lot of other things. Your extreme fundraising, like jumping into a frozen lake and running across the state.
I have a soft spot in my heart for kids. Kids nowadays tend to grow up too fast, and when I was a kid, my dad, one of the first things he told me is just be a kid as long as you can be a kid. And like I say, a lot of these youngsters nowadays, they don't have that opportunity. So any chance I get, either be with St. Jude's or helping with the playground or something just in the parks, where kids, all kids can be kids, is something special to me.
Okay, I think that's perfect way to close this out. I appreciate you coming down and spending some time with us.
Oh, not a problem. It's the parks are my best place to be.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.